Hey guys, it's Haylie Pomroy here. As you know, the author of the #1 New York Times best-selling book, The Fast Metabolism Diet. As I've shared with you, my health journey has been crazy. And I delved deep into nutrition and supplements to save my own life. And stepping away from vet school was a really hard decision for me, but I knew that going through what I had gone through had to have some sort of purpose. And so I've dedicated my entire life, this May will be 30 years of clinical practice, to help people heal their metabolism through nutrition, nutraceuticals, and lifestyle changes. But I've kind of had this secret desire for many years, and I was almost nervous to kind of share it with the world. And that was that I could create a team, an army, if you will, of individuals that would work together with me to help the nation and the world heal their metabolism by putting power on their plate. So I launched Metabolism University, and we have certified coaches, which is, I just got chills. I whenever something it moves me, I just get the goosies. We have created this community of individuals that are out there with me changing lives. And so today we have a very special guest. I have one of our incredible, amazing, most successful coaches, Jen Collins. So Jen, thanks for coming today. I just am so proud to call you my colleague, and I love having you. And thank you for talking to my community today.
Thanks for having me.
This is going to be fun. I want to ask you a million questions. So Jen, I'm going to just jump in really quick. There's a million crazy, terrible, not healthy diets out there in the world. What led you to the fast metabolism community?
So my very first experience with the fast metabolism diet was my mother-in-law was trying to lose some weight, and she was introduced to you via the book, and she was reading the book, and I was like, what are you reading? That looks interesting. And so I read the book. I was drinking the Kool-Aid, like they say. Everything in your book was hitting home runs with me left and right. And so I tried it. I did a round, and I lost 12 pounds. And it was the most I've ever lost on a diet ever. And it was so easy. The food is so amazing. But then, life happens, and I went off the plan. I did some cleanses. I did some rounds. I did some different things. But then recently, last year in September, I went to the doctor, and she had told me I gained 20 pounds in a year, and she wanted to put me on Ozempic. And I was like, well, what is Ozempic? What's the deal? She told me all about it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and it was really expensive. So everything she told me about it, I was like, well, that's the fast metabolism diet, balancing you out and, taking care of your hormones and things like that. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to commit. I'm going to do a fast metabolism diet, 2 rounds of it, 60 days. And if I'm not successful, then I guess I'll go on Ozempic. And of course, it's super successful. I lost 25 pounds. I feel amazing. And then I decided to become a coach.
That's exciting. And you bring up a topic that my phone blows up about this on the daily, right? About using diet drugs, diet medications, injectables, right, for weight loss. And you guys as coaches ask me to weigh on it a lot. I honestly, I'm heartbroken. Quite frankly, I'm heartbroken by what's happening. Keto broke my heart. Cycles around. It's trendy every so often, right? The HCG diet broke my heart. But this has me in a panic, right, for people's health and wellness. And especially because you can turn towards food to lose weight. You can actually heal the metabolism. There is not a medication that we're deficient in. None of us are Ozempic deficient. None of us are semaglutide deficient, right? But if we have the capacity to heal our bodies with nutrition, we should do that, right? We should do that. So I, when you came in to coaching, I was actually really excited about that story because we always call you in our community the queen of maintenance. And you have so many amazing tricks for lifestyle, for, I travel and fly a ton. I'm always stealing your tips personally. Because a lot of times people will achieve weight loss and then holding it is so elusive. So can you share with me a little bit why we call you that? Why do you feel like being the queen of maintenance is really important right now, given kind of the nature of dieting?
Well, I think for all of us that struggle with weight loss, we're in that yo-yo trap, right? Where we do a diet, it works, and then we think we're healed and we're done, right? And so we stop doing the quote diet that we're on, and then we gain it all back, and then we're like, what the heck? Why did that happen? And so it's my lot in life to help everybody keep it off, with the phase 4, so to speak, and the tips and tricks and things that you have for us to do that. So that's what I would like to help people: stop yo-yo dieting, lose the weight, and keep it off and feel amazing.
You just mentioned feel amazing, right? So we talk a lot as coaches, and I'm going to kind of out you here for a second. So will you share with the community how you became a coach?
I was wondering if you were going to ask me about that. I wanted to become a coach so bad because I obviously love your program, all of your programs, and but the cost of it was a little bit out of my reach. And then you had this amazing program, or this offering of a scholarship to do the university, plus get some products and things that you need to get started as a coach. And I was like, I wonder if I could win that. Like, that would be amazing. And then lo and behold, I won. And now I'm a certified coach, and I'm going on a cruise, and my life has forever changed.
Yes, you're joining us on the Fast Metabolism Cruise. I'm so excited.
Yes.
So maybe a lot of our viewers don't know, but Metabolism University is extremely, extremely intense. This is not like read a book and get a certificate. We take you through, actual clinical approaches. We actually bring in individuals that we coach collaboratively as coaches. We talk about cases all the time. There's, I don't know how many modules. I just keep throwing more modules in there, but modules and modules and modules. And it's a high dollar value, but it's an expensive process to go through. It's a professional certificate, right? So individuals go out, and create careers from it. So Jen was our scholarship winner, and we are it was a random, I wish we got to pick, but we would have picked you, but it was this random crazy drawing where we had hundreds of people apply to it. It was insane. It was kind of shocking to us. And we are so lucky that we got you, because it has changed your trajectory, and it's changed our whole community, because you have such a strong passion for the people that you're coaching, and it comes through, and it's really become a significant leadership role in our community, which is really fun. So it's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this podcast with you. So Jen, you are currently coaching people, right? You're building your practice. We call you the queen of maintenance because you are determined to make sure that people lose the weight, but learn the skill set to stay healthy and have an abundance of energy. How do people get a hold of you if they want to coach with you?
They can call me or they can email me. And I also have a website that they can visit. So my phone number is 602-486-1918, or you can reach me by email, jennifer@fmdcoachjen.com.
So you guys, she just gave out her phone number. Jen, do you know how many people we reach on our podcast? Thousands, hundreds of thousands. You guys, if you want an appointment, please don't text Jen with just crazy metabolism questions. But if you're ready to schedule an appointment, and I think each and every one of you should, please text her these words: when can I get on your calendar? Okay. So Jen, that's very generous of you to post your phone number. I don't know if you know what you're in for.
I'm ready.
but I just want to talk a little bit about some transitions that you've seen other clients make, some inspirational stories. We share a lot of them in our community, but some things that you've witnessed other people, like you talked about your mother-in-law, other people have a health impact when they've worked on healing their metabolism.
So I have one particular client that I'm working with right now that's coming off of one of those crazy low calorie diets. And it was kind of like a Slim Fast setup. I don't know if you remember those, but it was like a shake in the morning, a shake in the afternoon, and then a sensible dinner. But now her labs are crazy. Her cholesterol is super high. She's borderline anemic. Like, her nutrition is just awful. And I was looking at the nutrition on the shakes, and there just is not enough in there. And of course, the number one product that's on there is soy.
Yeah.
So we're working with her to get her on the fast metabolism diet, to get through the phases, get her body relaxed, get it working properly. But that was one of the big ones that I've seen recently, is the super low calorie diet, crash, whatever they call them.
Yeah, crash diets, crazy fad diets. That's funny that you brought that up, because it's probably, I was talking the other day on a podcast about things that haunt me, I was talking with another practitioner that haunted me, and the people that come in that, again, we see fatty liver disease, we see anemia, we see loss of bone density, we see loss of hair, they're watching the scale maybe move, but they're losing their health in the process. And it's just, it's heartbreaking. And almost sometimes we call it like refeeding the individual, like teaching on a cellular level for the body how to metabolize nutrients, how to utilize those nutrients to build hair, skin, and nails, how to burn fat for fuel, as opposed to being in a desperate state where the body burns fat for crisis intervention, right? That's what a lot of those crash diets. So yeah, that you're going to see, unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of that. And what about all these people that are coming off of the semaglutide and the Ozempic? We've been talking a lot about that in coaching. I mean, it makes me so sad. We actually had a conversation. I know I'm on a tangent, a conversation about this yesterday with an individual that was talking about, he's very involved in his church community. He said, I saw these people that lost all these weight, but they look terrible, Haylie. What are they doing? They look terrible. They look sullen. Their skin, they're foggy, they're fatigued, they don't feel well. How are you handling, we're getting this, just kind of all of us as coaches are getting tons of people coming off of that. How are you handling that in your practice?
I think it's funny because I kind of look at all of them the same way. It's like the malnutrition, the borderline anemic, the gaunt, like dark circles under their eyes, and just the lack of energy, all that kind of stuff. Just getting them into a program that feeds them for nutrition. But the biggest struggle that I have is changing their mindset. Like I want to flood them with fruits and vegetables and all those healthy stuff. One of my favorite recipes that you have is the chicken and dumplings, and I'm like, eat this, it's good for you. And they're like, no, it tastes good, I can't. And I'm like, no, this, just give me 2 weeks and I will show you such a difference in how you feel and how you look, and just how much better life is going to be without all of that garbage.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that, because oftentimes, so even in the book, right, I wrote this, we're drawing a line in the sand. We're going to make peace with food. We don't do that to our pets, to our animals, to any performer, right? Any athlete, professional athlete, any individual that we monetize, right, to get peak performance out of their body. We are diligently flooding them with nutrition. But we have a woman that's going through having periods, or going through menopause, or has tremendous stress, whether it's work or physical or emotional. And somehow we've told them that less is more, that's starving their bodies. Like, even if they're consuming food, but it's not nutrient deficient, they're still starving on a cellular level, right? Starving their body is somehow going to get them more. I get asked a lot how I don't have burnout, because I do so much and I travel so much and I push so hard. It's passion for sure, but my physical body would burn out if I weren't hyper nourishing it. And I learned a long time ago from my professional athletes that if you want peak performance, right, we've got to really strategically focus on how to feed that body. But it always strikes me, I was telling this in class the other day, I was talking about, we sat next to these people at a restaurant, and they had their dog there with them. And this guy had this like big, I think it was like pastrami, like sandwich, and a big pile of fries, and his wife, and they were eating. And he was just, going to town, and he reaches down with a French fry and he goes to hand it to the dog. And his wife goes, no, don't feed that to the dog. It's bad for him. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, he just ate a whole plate of it. And she's like, he'll itch and his coat will fall out. And they were like, we've worked so hard, And I was just, I just went, oh, that's interesting. But you're right. The mindset is big. What kind of tips do you help people with to shift their mindset? That putting power on their plate, that food is medicine, that eating more food can make you lose more weight. What tips do you employ there?
I always try and give people treats. So a lot of times people think that they need to be no chocolate, no sugar, no anything that's sweet or tastes good, they can't do, right? So I work with them on replacing things, like for chocolate, we can do cacao powder, like your mug is amazing.
Oh,
like,
the mug cake. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, let's have some mug cake. Let's have some coconut macarons. Let me show you how food tastes amazing and is good for you, and you're going to lose weight.
So Jen, right now we've got probably tons of people that are watching you and are ready to sign up and do some coaching sessions. Do you have any unique offerings? Do you do like personalized meal plans? Do you use the app? Can you tell me a little bit about what makes you unique as a coach?
Absolutely. So from now until the end of the year, because I know New Year's resolutions are like super huge, I'm going to do buy three, get one free. So
nice.
I'm basically doing a package deal to get you through the first 4 weeks of the Fast Metabolism Diet. I'm going to walk you through all 28 days for $250.
That's awesome. Wow.
So
hold on.
I'm going to sit with you.
Wait. You just gave out your phone number. That's crazy. That's okay. I did not know that. You guys spring things on me all this time on the podcast. You're going to be very busy. That's very generous. I want to say that that's very generous. It's going to be life-changing for so many people. So can you walk, and you gave your phone number. Okay. So text her, you guys. Please don't call her, because that's not fair. I can't do that to you. Jen, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. I can't take total advantage of you. So buy three, get one free, $250 for the package. That's insane. That's great. But what are they going to get during their visits with you? Like what would I imagine?
So I want to meet them where they are, right? So I want to sit down and talk with them. What's their lifestyle like? What's going on? What are big things that are coming up? What can I help them get through? How can I help them learn more about the Fast Metabolism Diet? Obviously, we're going to do some meal planning. We're going to do some follow-ups, and we're going to get you through 28 days, and you're going to feel amazing.
Okay. That's very cool. So Jen, you're fine if people call you? Our producer's like, she said they could call him. Leave her alone, Haylie.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm reachable. Let's do this.
Okay.
Help you.
Let's do this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Jen, tell us your phone number again one more time then.
602-486-1918.
That's awesome. Okay, let me ask you just a couple more questions. How intense, and you don't have to be gentle on me, how intense did I make becoming a certified FMD coach? I have been really given a hard time about this, by the way.
I'm actually so glad that you asked that, because it is a very intense program. I actually went through the Metabolism Essentials, level 1 and level 2, and I was a little bit thrown back by the homework. I was like, what? Homework? Listen, I just want to learn. But I felt like the homework was really thought-provoking. Like it really made me think, like, what am I doing this for? How do I want to accomplish this? What are my goals? Level 2 went through a lot of meal mapping for different types of situations, food RX, that sort of thing. And I actually find myself looking back at those meal maps that I created. Like if this, like for example, my husband went through the GI stress, and I gave him a meal map, and I was like, this is what we need to do. And he still eats cooked fruit at night before he goes to bed, even though he's not on the plan per se. So yeah, I think it is hard, but it is so good.
I love you saying that. And everybody, I get so much business advice all the time. And people had talked about, with your platform, just, put a stamp on it and get out there and certify people. It'll be great. And I went, like, no, people do. Believe me, I've been in this industry a very long time. People do. And so people have kind of given me a hard time about how intense the coaching is, and how, like you said, there's quizzes, there's exams, there's homework, there's clinicals. But this is a real professional certification, and I wouldn't pull people into my world, Jen, like yourself. I'm so happy that you're here on my podcast with me. I wouldn't do that if I didn't feel like they could be shoulder to shoulder with me and make a change in this world. Because that's the only reason why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I got, go ride my horse and fish, right?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody and their brother is going to be making an appointment with you. I'm very excited about that. Jen, I need help. I need your help. We've got to heal the metabolism, especially with these crazy, crazy diets and injectables and pills that are going on. So Jen, can people see you? Like we talk a lot. I do phone consults. I do Zoom consults. I go into people's clinics. How do people see you? If they want to make an appointment with you, how do they get to have you as their coach?
So I do all of the above. I do phone consults. I can send you a Zoom link. We can talk via Zoom. I've actually went into people's houses and cooked for them too. So I'm kind of available for whatever you need. Like awesome. I said, let's do this. That should be like my Nike thing. Let's do it.
Let's do this, you guys. Let's heal your metabolism. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. You deserve it, Jen. I'm going to have you give your phone number one more time. My producers are like, leave her alone. I'm like, I can't help it. Go ahead.
No, it's good. It's a good problem to have. Like I said, 602-486-1918.
Okay, so if you guys are out there and you want to heal your metabolism, if you're struggling at all, right, with getting the right nutrition to give you the output of an abundance of energy, clear mind, waking up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, my favorite side effect is feeling joy from the nose to the toes, right? I have such a infusion of energy because I work diligently on my metabolism, but it's not easy. It's not easy. I get that. It's not your fault. There's a lot going on in the world, a lot of things infused into your body without your permission on a daily, right? That gets in the way of a healthy metabolism. So please schedule an appointment with Jen. Jen, I cannot wait for you to come back to clinicals and tell me how all of your clients are doing. We go over cases together. We do mock cases together all the time. And it's just, we are all as a team so excited that you were the scholarship winner and you have excelled in class. You've excelled clinically. You're excelling professionally. We're so proud of you. And I hope you all realize how fortunate you are to have Jen's phone number now. And call her apparently. And I know, I mark my words, call her and make an appointment, you guys. Jen, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Our goal is to provide tips and tools to promote healing of the metabolism because the metabolism affects every aspect of your life and you all deserve to have a wonderful, abundant, and rich one. So Jen, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I loved it.
Talk soon. See you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye.